great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, information on the school threats that school departments across the state were inundated with yesterday, plus the latest regarding the Congressional District 2 recount. And a local radio station is doing their annual turkey drive. We'll see how you can take part. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. Let's throw it over first thing over to Devin Biggs to get a first check of that forecast and see what possible snow may come up north.
Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we are, though. We have a lot of alerts in effect this morning. We have winter weather advisories in effect, and that'll last until later this afternoon. Some of these will get trimmed back with warmer air moving in, so any ice or snow that accumulates will be melting away. A winter storm warning in the northern parts of the state for accumulating snow. That'll last till about Thursday morning at 1 a.m. And as expected, gale warnings in effect, and that'll last until 4 p.m. this evening, though, because of those gusty winds that'll be moving in. The precipitation will be starting very soon. It's moving in from the southwest, going toward the north and east, which will begin as snow, switching over to that wintry mix, and eventually to all rain as temperatures today rising to the upper 30s. But looking further down toward the south, there's a system right here of snow, wintry mix, and some rain as well, all tracking off towards the north and east. So we'll keep this going as the day progresses on with improvement as we head towards tomorrow. The snow today switching to a wintry mix and eventually to all rain will become partly cloudy tomorrow with a few flurries possible. And, of course, the wind, we have our eye on that as well. Some gusty winds reaching up to 15 to 25 miles per hour at times before that starts to ease up a little bit for the daytime tomorrow. Hourly forecast moving forward, a wintry mix on the way. Temperatures making into the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. And first up this morning, police are trying to find those responsible for a series of threats that impacted schools around the state yesterday. There were reports of active shooter situations at several schools, prompting a big emergency response. Craig Colson has more.
The call started coming in early Tuesday morning as classes were getting underway for the day. Someone was reporting shootings were happening at several schools. After checking the situation out, officials quickly announced they believe the threats were all part of a hoax. We're told the threats targeted high schools in Brewer, Ellsworth, Portland, and Sanford. In Brewer, the superintendent sent a message to parents saying they were among the schools where someone reported shots had been fired. The note said it was false information, and it's part of a practice known as swatting. Those are hoax calls meant to create panic in local communities. It didn't stop classes from continuing for the day in Brewer, but some of the southern Maine schools had to be evacuated while police made sure there was no real threat.
Right now, it's making sure that the kids get bused to a safe location where parents can meet up with their kids. It's furthering making sure that the school is 100% secure. All rooms are being checked currently multiple times, and then it's a matter of giving the school back to the teachers.
Ellsworth High School was also targeted in the hoax. School officials released a statement saying the school was placed into lockdown until police determined there wasn't really a threat. Classes resumed after the lockdown was lifted. Portland High School was also placed into lockdown while police cleared the building, and Sanford Regional Technical Center was evacuated and students were sent home for the day. All of the hoax calls are now under investigation. This is Craig Colson reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
10 schools in all were targeted as part of the large and disruptive hoax. Police say the first call of an active shooter came into Sanford. Mal Meyer spoke to students there following the threats.
Sirens blaring. Police rushing to the high school Tuesday morning.
And I was about to enter the school and they just started to block it off.
Inside, a lockdown. Some students unsure if it was a drill or real.
We barricaded the doors like we were supposed to.
We immediately shut down lights, locked the doors. We hid in our classroom and eventually we had to hide in our closet.
Students reached out to loved ones.
I texted my mom saying that I love her because I didn't know how long it was going to take to get out of there or if we were all going to be okay.
Misinformation quickly spread on social media.
I heard 5 people were shot, then I heard there were casualties, and I just didn't know who to believe.
2 school resource officers were already inside. helping those on the outside.
Having those eyes and ears on the school 24/7 or during the school time makes a big difference for any of our responses.
Police say first responders arrived within minutes, immediately entering the school.
We had to walk with our hands up in a single file line, and that was probably the scariest that we had to deal with.
We practice these, and we practice these for a reason.
After about an hour, the district announced on social media that the reported shooting was a hoax. The superintendent saying they carefully made sure they had accurate information.
Very appreciative of the families and their response to be able to be patient and work with us under the most trying and most difficult circumstances.
Everybody is safe, and you are going to have them home tonight.
Students eventually went to a nearby gym to meet up with friends and family.
It was a scary experience that I don't ever want to experience again, or I would not want to wish this on my worst enemy.
These types of investigations involve agencies on the local, state, and federal level. And because the crime is so serious, the coordination will be key in holding the person or people responsible accountable. No agency has released information about a possible suspect in the false reports and threats. And according to the U.S. Attorney for the state of Maine, it could also violate a lot of different statutes. They'll be looking for where the person made the threats from, were they local or out of state, and who or what the threats were targeted at. And those are details that will take some time to iron out.
It does depend on the details, but typically we're talking about the type of statutes that involve cyber threats or the use of interstate communication, at least at the federal level. And at a state level, it can be even more broad.
If you commit a crime like this in the state of Maine, we're going to come after you. And we're coming after you with our partners at the federal level. Everybody in this state is heavily plugged in and heavily invested in an outcome here.
And while these threats were fake, the U.S. Attorney says it's important for parents and members of the community to not let their guard down. A Camden motel owner says a space heater may be to blame for a fire that ripped through the establishment yesterday. Crews from several departments were called to Bouloigne's Motel on Route 1 Monday afternoon. The owner said the motel was closed, but he was allowing a friend to stay there as a favor. That friend was using a space heater to stay warm, and the owner suspects that's what caused the fire. Fire investigators will now try to determine an official cause, and the Red Cross is helping the man who lived there. A portion of the building was destroyed, but some units are still standing with water and smoke damage. At 2:30 on Monday afternoon, Caribou Fire and ambulance dispatched to a two-story garage fire at 179 Brown Road in Woodland. Upon arrival, crews found a fully engulfed structure, which required the use of approximately 18,000 gallons of water and 17 personnel from different departments to respond. The fire was cleared at 5 p.m. The cause of the fire is being investigated by the Maine State Fire Marshal's Office. Caribou police say they have identified and charged the owner of a dog found locked inside a previously vacant home. According to a post on the department's Facebook page, 31-year-old Matthew Guzman of Caribou voluntarily turned himself in yesterday evening and is charged with animal cruelty, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 364 days imprisonment, as well as a court-imposed ban on possessing any animals in the future and a fine of at least $500. The dog was found abandoned in a closet in a recently purchased home that had been vacant for some time in Caribou. Police say when he was found, it was clear the dog hadn't been cared for in quite some time. The dog is currently safe and being provided with the care he needs. Ranked choice voting tabulation continued yesterday in the 2nd congressional district race between Democrat Jared Golden and Republican Bruce Poliquin. Our A.J. Douglas has more.
We want the voters to know that every vote counts and will be counted accurately and fairly.
Congressman Jared Golden is likely to be announced the winner of the 2nd Congressional District seat after ranked choice tabulation wrapped up Tuesday. Ranked choice vote tabulation began after neither Golden nor Bruce Poliquin secured 50% of the general election vote. Secretary of State Shanna Bellows talked about the importance of public access to this process.
So we're doing everything in full public view. We're also Facebook streaming it so that folks, and the goal is so that every Maine voter can watch for themselves any or all of the steps in the process.
Bellows went on to address those who may be distrustful of the level of accuracy of election tabulations. She called that rhetoric dangerous.
Because of disinformation or lies that people believed, that led to threats against election workers across the country and even here in Maine.
Golden's 2018 win against Bruce Poliquin also came down to ranked choice voting. Those performing the tabulation remained busy throughout the day Tuesday.
It's a lot, but we're in a rhythm now, so I think we're going pretty well. We're in pretty good shape.
In Augusta, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
We are told that they continue the tabulation process. 2 memory sticks, one from Bangor and one from Hamden, did not function properly, and because of that, law enforcement will travel to Bangor and Hamden. They did yesterday to retrieve those paper ballots. The ballots will be brought back to the secure location in Augusta where the tabulation was taking place, and those ballots will be scanned to capture the data. The scanning of those ballots will take place today, starting at 9 a.m.
The ballots from Bangor, that's 25 boxes of ballots, another 8 boxes of ballots from Hamden. It's 33 boxes of ballots altogether. So we'll be scanning all day tomorrow. This is all part of the checks and balances. We want to make sure we're doing it right.
Just a short time ago, last night, we were informed that Anson is also included in the municipalities for which ballots will be scanned today, thanks to a faulty memory device. Representatives from both the Golden and Poliquin campaigns continue to be present throughout the process. The time is now 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about how the Hancock County Commissioner is teaming up with local sheriff's department to help keep people warm this winter. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. A wintry mix is possible in certain parts of the state today. Highs of around 37 degrees. That wintry mix is going to continue tonight. And tomorrow, light flurries are possible. High of 38 degrees.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
Our Medicare supplement and drug coverage is so expensive, we're barely keeping up with our bills.
My husband and I were in the same situation, so I got some help from the Senior Planning Center. They were able to show us some high-quality Medicare Advantage plans that saved us a lot of money.
The Senior Planning Center? Tell me more.
They have helpful agents all over the state, real Mainers helping Mainers. Give them a call, the Senior Planning Center. They were there to help when it mattered most. I'm glad I called them. You'll be glad too.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn in the bedroom?
Granny panties, Steve.
Don't miss Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
This week on the People's Court, how loud was that AC?
I wouldn't want to make the noise for it because it would be so loud and annoying.
Just do it. I have the visual.
Plus,
I can't believe you came to court and sued a woman who gave you a kidney.
People's Court, all this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. The Hancock County Sheriff's Office is teaming up with the County Commissioner's Office to help keep Hancock County residents warm this winter. During the County Commissioner's meeting yesterday, an offer was put on the table. For every dollar donated by the community, the Sheriff's Office will match it. And the County Commissioner's Office will add $2 more. The donations are going to an undisclosed organization that they've worked with in the past to help elderly people and others in need with heating costs. Sheriff Kane is challenging the Ellsworth community to do what they can to give back to others.
For every dollar that we receive as a match, the Sheriff's Charities will donate $1 up to $10,000. And the the county commissioners will contribute $2 up to $20,000 for every dollar match. So every dollar that we receive will have $3 in matching funds from the two organizations.
Those interested in donating should contact the Hancock County Sheriff's Office. Some unwelcome news as we match prices for just about everything going up. The Maine Utilities Commission has accepted bids and set new electricity supply rates for Versant and Bangor Hydro District. For residential and small non-residential customers, the standard offer price will be 16.4 cents per kilowatt hour. That is a 41% rate hike over the last year. Now the standard offer supply rates account for about 60% of a customer's bill. According to the Commission, that means an increase of around 20.7% overall for customers using 500 kilowatts per month. The new rate takes effect on January 1st. The time is now 6:15. After the break, the town of Castine has voted to change the name of islands with previously controversial names. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Senator Angus King took to the Senate floor yesterday to highlight measures included in the National Defense Authorization Act. Senator King said Bath Iron Works and the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard are critical for both national security and Maine's economy. He spoke about the importance of strengthening America's Navy.
Aggressors look for weakness. They look for an opening. If they find none, they're going to pull back. And that's the entire theory of our defense posture and the expenditures that we're making on behalf of the defense of this country and the free world.
If passed, the legislation would authorize a multi-year contract for Bath Iron Works to build 15 DDG-51 destroyers. Support for the bill has been largely bipartisan. Other parts of the bill highlighted by Senator King include a raise for troops, the use of new technologies, and upgrading equipment. Residents in Castine are looking to change the name of two small islands in their town to better reflect all of those in their community. It's a decision that voters weighed in on during last week's election. Our Jody Hersey explains.
I do believe that history is important. I also believe that you have to evolve as a community of people.
Hans Carlson is a Castine resident and member of the Island Name Change Committee.
The meanings of words change. 50 or 60 years ago, the word Negro was perfectly acceptable. Martin Luther King used it, James Baldwin used it, but words change, and the social situation changes too.
For years, two small islands located in the Bagaduce River in Castine have been known as Upper Negro Island and Lower Negro Island. Town officials aren't quite sure just how those islands' names came to be.
No African Americans owned the islands. They were owned by white people. They did not have any homes on them until sometime in the 19th century. They were mostly used for sheep grazing.
Residents recently voted to change the names of those islands to Emmanuel Island and Esther Island. During her research, Lisa Simpson-Lutz, the executive director of the Castine Historical Society, found those names in an account book from the 1700s.
Esther and Emmanuel were two enslaved individuals, African American, and sadly, that is all we know about them. But I do believe that the committee was wanting to give them a voice.
We don't know if Esther and Emmanuel had anything to do with those islands, but they are representative of a part of the town's history that I felt was important to maintain.
Now the decision is in the hands of the government. The folks in Castine have done everything they can. Now all they can do is patiently wait. In Castine, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 6:20. Let's get a full look at that snowy forecast. Devin Biggs is in with the latest.
Your full weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we are. Plenty of alerts in effect. We have winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories. The winter weather advisory lasting until 1 p.m. this afternoon as we'll switch over from snow and ice to all rain, which means the roadways will begin to improve. Winter storm warnings further off toward the north, though, as these areas will deal with a lot of snow as well. Some areas may be getting close to a foot in the northern ends of the state. And as expected, gale warnings are in effect, and those will last until 4 p.m. this afternoon as well. The precipitation starting to move in now. Here it is right here, tracking from the southwest, going toward the north and east. So we're going to keep this going as the day progresses on with it starting as snow, then switching over to that wind shear mix, and eventually to all rain as temperatures will get above freezing. This is all courtesy of that system right here that's tracking off towards the north and east. So it'll start to taper off later on tonight with just a few passing clouds tomorrow, and maybe a few flurries with those clouds that'll be passing through tomorrow. But today will be the big story with that wind shear mix that'll be moving in. Gusty winds along the coast today, reaching up to around 30 miles per hour at times. We'll keep that going today. And it'll get even gustier farther inland, though, with some gusts reaching up to 20 to 25 miles per hour at times. And even kind of continuing into tomorrow, although not as strong over us. So I ought to watch for some wind today and the parts of tomorrow as well. Our average high is 46 degrees. We'll make it to the upper 30s today and pretty much stay in the middle to upper 30s for the next several days, with the exception of Monday, as we'll cool off in the lower 30s for a high temperature. So futurecast moving forward, snow beginning this morning, switching over to wind shear mix and eventually to all rain. Precipitation starts to taper off later this evening, though. So by overnight tonight, we'll switch over to a partly cloudy sky with even some clearing in the skies from time to time. Then by Thursday, we'll start out with a partly cloudy sky with more clouds moving in from time to time. A few flurries cannot be ruled out either, so we'll need to be ready for that as it does develop before the clouds break up as we head towards Thursday night and the parts of Friday morning. How much snowfall? Decent snowfall in the northern ends of the state with up to 6 to 10 inches possible. Isolated higher amounts cannot be ruled out. Bangor just barely an inch with some higher amounts near parts of the Millinocket area and trending north. With along the coast, though, the coast will not see any snow at all, as this will mainly stay rain for them with a little bit of snow the farther north you go. So as for the rainfall, though, plenty of rain on the way. Some areas seeing up to a half an inch or more before we're all finished up. Then backing off as you get closer to Bangor, then this is all the water right here with some of the snow that will fall. It's kind of the rainfall equivalent of that. But upper 30s today, rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow with that east wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 20s, wind shear mix, and some patchy fog from time to time early. That west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. As we head towards tomorrow, upper 30s, partly cloudy. A few flurries can't be ruled out with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. Small chance for snow on Thursday, highs in the upper 30s. Mid-30s on Friday with a partly cloudy sky. We're still partly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the upper 30s. Mid-30s on Sunday with a chance for snow.
Trilogy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know.
If you're tired of staring down your COPD,
It's a new dawn, it's a new day,
stop settling.
and I'm feeling good.
Start a new day with Trilogy. No once-daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trilogy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trilogy makes breathing easier for a full 24 hours, improves lung function, and helps prevent future flare-ups. Trilogy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trilogy more than prescribed. Trilogy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trilogy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trilogy and save at Trilogy.com.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered for the seasons ahead with an affordable Kia for everyone. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrids, and fully electric vehicles. Find your next vehicle here. You'll get more car for less money when you upgrade at Van Sickle Kia. Plus, you'll get Kia's market-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. Get started at VanSickleKia.com.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
And now for your national news, former President Donald Trump announcing his run in the 2024 presidential election. Speaking from his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach in front of a group of supporters, the president announcing he will make another run for the White House after months of speculation.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
Trump's announcement comes just 1 week after Republicans turned in a lackluster performance at the primaries. Onward and upward, NASA's moon mission took off despite technical glitches and issues due to Mother Nature.
2, 1, boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
Five engines on the core stage and 2 solid rocket boosters now propelling the vehicle at 128 miles per hour. Hearing good control on the roll from teams in Mission Control Houston. All good calls so far. Now 30 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. First milestone will be for the vehicle to pass through max Q in about 1 minute and 9 seconds into launch. This is the greatest period of atmospheric force on the rocket. SLS now traveling 607 miles per hour. Pounds of maximum thrust. Quiet here in the loops in Mission Control. The 4 core stage engines are throttling down ahead of passing through max Q. Now 1 minute, 21 seconds into the flight, traveling.
Poland launched an investigation after a missile crossed over the Ukrainian border and landed on its soil. It's the latest sign of escalating tensions in Eastern Europe as the Russia-Ukrainian war grinds on. Fox News White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich has the story.
And I'm going to make sure we figure out exactly what happened. Our sympathy goes out to apparently 2 people were killed. And then we're going to collectively determine our next step as we investigate and proceed.
World leaders holding an emergency roundtable in Indonesia after a missile lands in eastern Poland, killing 2 people. Canada, Spain, Italy, and France, just some of the nations meeting with President Biden Wednesday to discuss next steps. Biden also spoke to Poland's president over the phone earlier to express his condolences for the loss of life, also promising U.S. support in the investigation.
President Joe Biden declared that he will support us by sending American experts who will help us examine the scene of this tragic incident. So it will be cooperation. We can even say ally.
It's still unclear if the missile was launched by Russia or Ukraine, but it's the first time fighting has spilled into a NATO country, leading to heightened tensions. Russia is denying responsibility while Ukraine alleges Moscow is now deliberately threatening its neighbors.
This is a very significant escalation. We must act.
While investigations are just beginning, Poland isn't taking the attack lightly, announcing it'll be stepping up its military in the coming days.
We decided to increase the combat readiness of selected units of the Polish Armed Forces, with particular emphasis on airspace monitoring.
The explosion came during an intense day of Russian missile strikes on Ukraine's energy plants, which left much of the country's major cities without power. In Bali, Jackie Heinrich, Fox News.
Another union is against the proposed Biden administration freight rail deal, raising the chances of a nationwide strike. The International Brotherhood of Boilermakers now says no to the Biden administration's tentative deal between freight rail companies and unions. The rejection becomes the third such among the 12 unions. All must agree or a strike goes into effect. The proposal called for a 24% wage increase over 5 years from 2020 to 2024. The Boilermakers Union will renegotiate further with a rail conference committee representing the largest rail companies. And still to come here this morning on the second half of our show, we'll have info on where you can buy your Christmas tree. We'll be right back.
This week, America's favorite morning show is going
in search of the most delicious pies in America.
With Thanksgiving almost here, where can you get the best pie in America?
It's Good Morning America's United States of Pie.
Ooh, this is going to be so sweet. You sharing?
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
I'm Jay Pearl from Carroll Harper & Associates, Maine's most experienced Medicare health plans agency. Every day we hear how complicated navigating the Medicare maze can be. Let us help. From enrolling in Medicare to finding the right Medicare health plan, we are your go-to agency. We represent Martins Point Generations Advantage and other Medicare health plans that meet our quality standards. There's no cost or obligation for our services, so call Carroll Harper & Associates today.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
Angie's List is losing the list. From now on, it's just Angie.
So what happens to all the people that needed the list?
Oh yeah, everything still works. We just made it better. We even let you book services instantly now.
Start your home project at Angie.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. Today is International Day for Tolerance. Can you think back and recall the last time you had a different perspective than one of your friends and it helped you to learn something? I think very many of us can. And on this day in history, in 1824, New York City's Fifth Avenue opened up for business for the first time. On this day in 1939, Al Capone was freed from Alcatraz jail. And in 2002 on this day, I didn't know this, the first case of SARS, known technically as coronavirus, appeared in Foshan City in China in a patient thought to be a farmer in the city. For birthdays, today we have Nigerian novelist and poet Chinua Achebe, who is 82. I read one of his books in high school. Comedian Pete Davidson is 29, more commonly known as Kim Kardashian's ex-boyfriend. And MLB All-Star Dwight Gooden is 57. And it's looking like parts of the state, depending on where you are, will have a wintry mix or some accumulation of snow. So let's throw it over to Devin Biggs to see what that may look like later today.
Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we are, though. We have a lot of alerts in effect this morning. We have winter weather advisories in effect. And now it lasts until later this afternoon. Some of these will get trimmed back with warmer air moving in, so any ice or snow that accumulates will be melting away. A winter storm warning in the northern parts of the state for accumulating snow. That'll last till about Thursday morning at 1 a.m. And as expected, gale warnings in effect, and that'll last until 4 p.m. this evening, though, because of those gusty winds that'll be moving in. The precipitation will be starting very soon. It's moving in from the southwest, going toward the north and east, which will begin as snow, switching over to that wintry mix, and eventually to all rain as temperatures today rising to the upper 30s. But looking further down toward the south, there's a system right here of snow, wintry mix, and some rain as well, all tracking off towards the north and east. So we'll keep this going as the day progresses on, with improvement as we head towards tomorrow. The snow today switching to a wintry mix and eventually to all rain will become partly cloudy tomorrow, with a few flurries possible. And of course, the wind, we have our eye on that as well. Some gusty winds reaching up to 15 to 25 miles per hour at times before that starts to ease up a little bit for the daytime tomorrow. Hourly forecast moving forward, a wintry mix on the way. Temperatures making into the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Snow and then rain. Okay, well, drive carefully on your way to work, everyone. Christmas trees are one of the many things that make the holiday season bright. What if your Christmas tree purchased could brighten someone else's life, though? Christian Ridge Church of God in Ellsworth partnered with Buy a Tree, Change a Life to sell Christmas trees along Acadia Highway. Half of the proceeds will benefit Down East Horizons, an organization that helps assist and support individuals with developmental disabilities. Pastor Danny Jones wants to recognize the work they are doing.
I picked Down East Horizons because I got a couple of guys in my church that go to Down East Horizons, and so they have been helpful with those young men, and so we wanted to bless them.
There are currently 125 trees in stock, ranging in price from $85 to $125. The tree stand will be open every day of the week from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. until they sell out. Grocery shoppers in Brewer can donate a turkey to families in need ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. The Free the Z Turkey Drive returned to the Brewer Hannaford on Tuesday. Z107.3 teamed up with Pinquist to host the annual drive, encouraging those who can donate a turkey that will feed families in the community. Volunteers say they're well on their way to collecting their goal of 2022 turkeys.
Crack 500, which is usually the first day is traditionally our slowest day. You can either do your shopping and buy a turkey that way, or you can give a cash donation. It's a little bit more expensive this year. It's $15 as opposed to $10.
The drive runs through Thursday at 6 at the Brewer Hannaford. Fez-wearing elves are hard at work setting up for their 11th annual Festival of Trees over at the Shriners Hall in Bangor. Trees are being set up and decorated, each covered in gifts donated by local businesses. Those who place 50 cent tickets at their favorite trees have a chance to win the tree and all the great prizes underneath.
We're all excited. Christmas time is as much fun for us as it is the kids. And as you can see, the trees are here, the trees are set up, and we're ready to show off our wares and bring everybody in and hopefully have as much fun as they did last year and the year before.
The festivities start this Thursday at 4 p.m. There is a $2 cover charge for adults and children, $2 cover charge for adults and children are free. This is the Anna Shriners' biggest festival fundraiser of the year. Check out their Facebook page for the entire schedule. Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest in local sports. We'll be right back.
At Rennie's, we got lots of Carhartt. We got sweatshirts, we got lined pants, we got hats, we got gloves.
Flannel shirts, winter jackets, coveralls, we got everything at the best prices and the best selection at Rennie's.
Thank you for shopping locally.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
If I don't hear from you tonight, I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than that, you know there's not.
Step inside. Sit back. Kick back. Make yourself comfy. Make yourself cozy. Make life simple by choosing Patriot Homes to build and customize your new modular home. From decks, kitchen, and baths, remodeling garages, roofing, and siding. Let us help you design, plan, and build your dream home today. At your door and at your service, Patriot Homes, Eastern Maine's premier home builder.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
Fox 22 and ABC 7 have a great way for you to save money on dining out. It's half off dining from foxbangor.com. Just click on half off deals and start saving. Be watching for our featured deal every Thursday at 9 a.m. Plus, we add bonus deals all the time. You can buy $50 gift certificates for $25. Also, check out Half Off Fun while you're there too. Half Off Dining at
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. It hasn't been the most ideal season record-wise for Maine football, but they've still got one shot to walk away with a win, and it's probably the biggest game of the season, the battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket. Ryan Sudol has the story.
Auburn could go winless as long as they beat Alabama, Michigan as long as they beat Ohio State. And in Orono, the same rule applies, as Black Bear football at 2-8 prepares for the 112th battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket against New Hampshire.
The musket really just represents finishing, represents, the last game for our seniors, guys who don't have any more eligibility and are wrapping up their careers here.
It's going to be an emotional game. There's a lot that ties into it, and just really want to go out with a win.
It's a high-energy game. I mean, I love the fact that we are able to play this game, especially at the end of the season. It's a meaningful game, and it's a way that we could end the season on a high note.
While there aren't playoff implications for the Black Bears in this game, a Wildcat win Saturday would put them into the playoffs. A loss might send them home.
Another layer to add on is that if the Black Bears beat UNH, they'll go back-to-back against them for the first time since 2001 and 2002. And those two teams are going to be honored at Alphond on Saturday.
That's very important, just appreciative of them, setting the standard. And we don't do this just for us. We're doing this for past, present, and future Black Bears.
With them here, you want to pay homage to the guys that came before you and did it. And so it's here right now, and we want to keep it that way.
As for what it will take to keep the Musket in Orono, Coach Jordan Stevens says that with the struggles the team has had this season, they have to keep it fundamental.
I think we just have a focus of coming out and competing and getting a win. We need to put ourselves in a position to win. We need to be ready to play from the first snap of the game, from kickoff to all the way to the end. That in itself will be a victory.
This year's battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket will take place right here at Alphond Stadium Saturday at noon. You can catch that game live on ABC 7. In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to that game. Always a good battle between Maine and New Hampshire. The border battle and some other sports, but the battle for the Bryce Cowell Musket when it comes to football. Let's move on to the hardwood now. Over at Husson, men's and women's basketball seasons are underway. We will hear from the men on Wednesday. Right now, the women are gearing up for a Wednesday night matchup against the University of Southern Maine. The Eagles currently sit at 1-2 on the year, dropping 2 straight in the LaFrance Hospitality Tournament in Dartmouth. They've returned 4 key players from last year, though, while adding a bunch of new talent as well. So a lot of loose ends to tie up, and Coach Kissy Walker says that is exactly what these early games are for.
We played good teams, and that's what we like to do so that it helps prepare us. But we just have to keep taking one game at a time and focus on getting better and better and keep plugging away. But we like, what we have here. It's a really tight-knit group, and we have a lot of different pieces.
The Eagles are looking to get back to 500 Wednesday, taking on a USM team that they beat last year 55-42, so a very low-scoring matchup. It's also the home opener for Husson. They are returning back to Newman Gym for the first time this season, and entering the game, junior Bailey Donovan has 988 points, just 12 away from 1,000. The Eagles, they're just excited to get back in front of their faithful fans for the first time.
I think the kids are excited to be at home because we've got 6 new people. We've got some local kids. We were away and we had pretty good following of parents on the away trip, so to be home will be really nice. I know we've got some local teams coming to watch us play, some middle school and some travel teams, so that'll be fun to have the crowd.
That should be a good game. Wishing them luck on Wednesday. We will have those highlights as well. Let's go to the ice now. It has been a while, but on Tuesday, Jeremy Swayman returned to the ice for the first time since injuring his knee, colliding with Patrice Bergeron on November 1st. The former Black Bear was seen practicing on Tuesday morning, and he spoke to reporters as well. Coach Jim Montgomery says the goalie is trending ahead of schedule in his recovery. He was first labeled week to week. Swayman is the third goalie at practice still, so still a few hurdles before we actually see him in game action again. But right now, the concern is the wear and tear on current goalie Linus Ullmark. He has played every game but one since Swayman went down. So Swayman says he's going to, quote, do everything he can to get back out there.
I'm going to do everything I can to be game ready, but I trust the medical staff here, Scotty Waugh. Everything he says I'm doing to the best of my ability, and I'm going to do everything I can to get back as soon as possible in a game.
All right, looking forward to see him back on the ice again with the Bruins. That's all the time we have for sports, though. We'll be right back after this.
To build the all-new Honda CR-V Hybrid, we took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with excellent fuel efficiency and greater power. For a CR-V unlike any before, adventure confidently with the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
We have a lot to be thankful for and a lot to celebrate. This holiday season, let's do more than see the people we love. Let's be with the people we love and make the holiday memories that we will cherish for a lifetime. Let's begin at Bangor International Airport, the official airport of making tomorrow's holiday memories today. FlyBangor.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. As we move further into flu and RSV season, doctors across the country are concerned about how difficult it is to obtain common prescription drugs such as antibiotics. The FDA says on its website, amoxicillin, an antibiotic regularly used to treat a number of bacterial infections, is in short supply. The increase in demand reflects the recent surge in RSV cases, causing hospitals to fill up quickly with sick kids. Some experts believe the pandemic is to blame, in part because of all the precautions taken to combat COVID-19. Young children have had very little exposure to cold-like viruses, resulting in low immunity. And while amoxicillin isn't used to treat RSV, the flu, or COVID, it's sometimes hard to distinguish the symptoms from bacterial infections, or kids can develop bacterial illnesses afterwards, leading doctors to prescribe the antibiotic just in case. There's a cautious sense of optimism. Inflation could chill out along with the temperature. Fox Business Network's David Asman has a look at this story and more in the Fox Means Business Report.
A new sign inflation is starting to cool. Producer prices, which is what wholesalers pay for goods and services before they sell to consumers, jumped 8% in October from the same time a year ago. Now, that's still historically high, but it's less than expected and the lowest reading since July of 2021. Stocks rallying on the report. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500 all closing up on Tuesday, but off session highs. While inflation may be starting to ease, seniors are still feeling the pinch. 1 in 5 tell the company ClearMatch Medicare that they're cutting down on paying for necessities like rent and groceries just to afford to pay their medical bills. And finally, Walmart agreeing to pay more than $3 billion to settle opioid lawsuits brought on by several states and local governments. The company says it still disputes allegations that it improperly filled prescriptions for powerful painkillers, but they settled in the best interest to help fight the opioid crisis. That's business. I'm David Asman.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Your full weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we are. Plenty of alerts in effect. We have winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories. The winter weather advisory lasting until 1 p.m. this afternoon as we'll switch over from snow and ice to all rain, which means the roadways will begin to improve. Winter storm warnings further off toward the north, though, as these areas will deal with a lot of snow as well. Some areas may be getting close to a foot in the northern ends of the state. And as expected, gale warnings are in effect, and those will last until 4 p.m. this afternoon as well. The precipitation is starting to move in now. Here it is right here, tracking from the southwest, going toward the north and east. So we're going to keep this going as the day progresses on with it starting as snow, then switching over to that wintry mix, and eventually to all rain as temperatures will get above freezing. This is all courtesy of that system right here that's tracking off towards the north and east. So it'll start to taper off later on tonight with just a few passing clouds tomorrow, and maybe a few flurries with those clouds that'll be passing through tomorrow. But today will be the big story with that wintry mix that'll be moving in. Gusty winds along the coast today, reaching up to around 30 miles per hour at times. We'll keep that going today, and it'll get even gustier farther inland, though, with some gusts reaching up to 20 to 25 miles per hour at times. And even kind of continuing into tomorrow, although not as strong over us. So I'll have to watch for some wind today and the parts of tomorrow as well. Our average high is 46 degrees. We'll make it to the upper 30s today and pretty much stay in the middle to upper 30s for the next several days, with the exception of Monday, as we'll cool off in the lower 30s for a high temperature. So futurecast moving forward, snow beginning this morning, switching over to wintry mix and eventually to all rain. Precipitation starts to taper off later this evening, though. So by overnight tonight, we'll switch over to a partly cloudy sky with even some clearing in the skies from time to time. Then by Thursday, we'll start out with a partly cloudy sky with more clouds moving in from time to time. A few flurries cannot be ruled out either, so we'll need to be ready for that as it does develop before the clouds break up as we head towards Thursday night and the parts of Friday morning. How much snowfall? Decent snowfall in the northern ends of the state with up to 6 to 10 inches possible. Isolated higher amounts cannot be ruled out. Bangor just barely an inch with some higher amounts near parts of the Millinocket area and trending north. With along the coast, though, the coast will not see any snow at all, as this will mainly stay rain for them with a little bit of snow the farther north you go. So as for the rainfall, though, plenty of rain on the way. Some areas seeing up to a half an inch or more before we're all finished up. Then backing off as you get closer to Bangor, then this is all the water right here with some of the snow that will fall. It's kind of the rainfall equivalent of that. But upper 30s today, rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow with that east wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 20s, wintry mix, and some patchy fog from time to time early. That west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. As we head towards tomorrow, upper 30s, partly cloudy. A few flurries can't be ruled out with that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. Small chance for snow on Thursday, highs in the upper 30s. Mid-30s on Friday with a partly cloudy sky. We're still partly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the upper 30s. Mid-30s on Sunday with a chance for snow.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
ABC7 and Fox 22, live at the Anna Schreiner's Festival of Trees on November 17th. A beautiful holiday live event, sponsored locally by Central Maine Antique Mall, offering antiques, fine art, and collectibles from some of Maine's finest dealers. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden. Dorsey Fall Clearance Sale is going on now. This means big discounts on selected items. And Patriot Homes can tackle all your building projects. We do mobile, modular, stick-built homes to garages, porches, and more.
You know, if one mattress was right for everybody, we wouldn't need to stock over 30 models. It doesn't exist. Our low price and sleep guarantees mean you won't pay too much for a great night's sleep. Purchase your new mattress before 3 p.m. and we'll deliver it the same day in the Bangor and Ellsworth area. Warehouse pricing, a great night's sleep guaranteed, same-day delivery, and free removal of your old. At Dorsey's, we've got your back. Sleep well, my friends.
Ladies, man-made adventure.
We got them smart wool socks for the entire family. We got PJ pants. We got lots of slippers. Get to Rennie's for all the great items.
Thank you for shopping locally.
I'll take those deals.
I don't like science. Too many laws.
Science is just history plus math. I'm not sure I believe the moon landing happened.
Wait, I don't believe in the moon. Enough!
When it comes to Thanksgiving, I'm a big believer that you don't want to mess with the basics. Like, I would never serve a lasagna instead of a turkey on that day. And next to the bird, you gotta have mashed potatoes and some sort of stuffing. But beyond that, in my book, it's okay to try something new with the sides. So this year, instead of serving the classic creamy green bean casserole, how about swapping it for a lighter and flavor-packed option that will be very welcome? We start by cooking some fresh green beans in a pot of boiling water until they're tender, yet still crisp. While they drain, in the same pot, we melt some butter and stir in some fresh lemon juice, a good amount of slivered garlic, a bit of capers if we want, and some salt and pepper. Now the green beans go back in the pot and we'll toss them until they're well coated and infused with all that goodness. When these get passed around the table with all the other fill-you-up favorites, they'll be a welcome change. To get the recipe for our lemon garlic green beans, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a lighter and brighter way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
A new list is out of the top mispronounced words across the country. Let's get into it. The top 10 include, you can email in and judge me if I mess any of these up: acai, the fruit; euro; Omicron; charcuterie; Nguyen, that's a name, I'm pretty sure it's Nguyen; gnocchi; GIF, pronounced with a hard G, I know that one, I'm Gen Z; Worcestershire, ooh, I always have to be sure on that one; Dogecoin; and pho. Pho is my favorite soup. This list was compiled by analysts at Unscrambled Words, a website that helps users find words for games like Scrabble based on Google searches. Learn something new every day. Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22. Have a great day and drive carefully to work. It's already snowing out there. Are we still on me?
Feel the difference of alpaca apparel from the Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store in Belfast. Stop by their ranch location to interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Shop in-store or online today and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. With their incredible selection of socks, sweaters, hats, and more, experience the unique qualities that alpaca fiber brings with the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
The American Music Awards are back. Sunday, November 20th.
I love you guys so much.
Performances by today's biggest stars and tributes to music's greatest legends with this year's Icon Award recipient, Lionel Richie. The American Music Awards, hosted by Wayne Brady. Live, Sunday, November 20th on ABC. And stream next day on Hulu.
How many times have you seen Miss Stewart since?